Oh, turn the camera around. Turn the camera
Want to
around.
see you?
So we come back on because actually trying to film in the restaurant wasn't such a good idea because too many people sitting around, and
And I was eating all of his.
Michelle was eating and I was not. So we come back on and we'll wait to see if anyone comes in. So we're in DANANG. For those of you that, hi Sally. Sally, we've come back on again. We couldn't really talk in there, so I felt a little bit awkward straight off the bat. But we can talk here. Look, we're in DANANG. It's night time.
Walk down this way.
Have a little chat. So how are you, Sally? Whoa, a bit smelly. Every now and again you get hit by the stink of the drains. Should I tell you that? Oh, it smells fresh. It's lovely and fresh. So we're just going to take a walk down to the waterfront. There's a very famous beach here in DANANG, apparently. It's a big beach, but there's not a lot of shade. So it's a vast, I mean, probably about maybe 4 or 5 kilometers long. And we're just going to walk down there and show you a little bit of DANANG. So if Scott comes in again and gives me any lip, I can talk to him now because I haven't got people around me. Now it's a funny old place, DANANG. Is the picture okay, Sally? Because we're oh look, playing Christmas carols. So is the picture okay? Playing the first Noel on.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a couple we met from Mallorca. Menorca?
Menorca.
Menorca. In Spain. And they just went for, they were in the Indian restaurant that we were in just now. So you probably didn't see them in the video I just put up, but a lovely couple. We had a long chat with them. That's what we've been doing for the last hour or so, just chatting to this couple. And really nice, travelling with a little girl, so it reminded Michelle and I of when we used to travel with our children. They're digging the whole of DANANG up, so the streets, they're putting in new sewerage, so it's probably not a bad thing.
This guy's parked.
Not sure. I think she's parked. So, questions? Any questions? I get him run over.
Yeah, but she was avoiding the bike, but she wasn't avoiding you.
Now she's driving. Is that the same one?
No, that's this one here. Because this one wants to come.
Get off your phone. There is no rules about phones or eating food while you're driving. There's no rules. It's the Wild West for driving. So they often come up behind you on a phone and just go really slow, and everyone just sort of stands around. So they're putting in what are these piles called? Corrugated piles. They're putting in piles.
Reinforces it.
There's our friends from Menorca again.
Well, I think they're staying at this one.
Ah. So that's the little girl there, Bella.
Oh, car coming.
Hey Grasshopper, how are you? Nothing cooking at the moment, Andy. So they are staying here somewhere. The weather's been super warm. I know I keep going on about it. Well, your wife is welcome. Does she have a name? Hey Chris, how are you, mate? How's things going? So they've been putting in sort of those corrugated piles. There's a proper name for them. I forget what they're called. But they're building. Look behind me. They're building all these huge skyscrapers. Have a little look here. So you can tell we're by the sea. Oh, look at this guy. That's the noise. Bánh bao. Bánh bao is selling basically like a steamed Chinese steamed bun. Like a yeah, like a. I think they have pork in. So we would. They're like a white steamed fluffy bun, and he just rides around all night. Sometimes he's going around at sort of 1 in the morning, and you'll hear it going past your hotel room. Bánh bao, cockroaches. Whoops. Sorry. Oh, we got music playing. I'll probably get copyright. Not that. I say you get a copyright. Does anyone recognise that tune? Grasshopper would be a... Oh, hello Eleanor. Thank you. Thank you too. It'll be a while before we're back in Australia, but you never do know. You never do know. Chris, you say your daughter's teaching in Shanghai. Well, we'll probably head to China on this journey. So this is what's happening to Da Nang, is they're building these huge tower blocks all the way along the beachfront and back. So a great deal, whoops, take a look at this. See, it's a golf buggy shaped like a limousine. Sorry, you missed it. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame because the old town, the old sort of Da Nang town has lost a lot of its charm because of these huge skyscrapers. Look, the Eden Hotel. And they're attracting a massive amount of tourism from South Korea and China. So most of the tourists here, predominantly that you'll see, will be Chinese tourists or a great deal of South Korean tourists as well. But to me a little bit it's spoiling it, because see what's behind us here is no buildings, just like big wide roads. Now to a town planner they might say, oh, wide roads are great. But if you go to the old part of Da Nang, you'll see that all of the streets are very narrow, a little bit like some of the Mediterranean towns. And what that means is when the sun's up, it only really gets into those narrow streets for a very short period of time. Hello, Jan. So consequently, they get fairly nice cool weather in the streets when the sun, because I know you've had a lot of hot weather in all over the world, but it's 37 degrees pretty constantly here in 37 degrees pretty constantly. It doesn't ever let up. So in these towns, narrow streets gave you a lot more shade. But now when you come out here, look at this ahead of me. When you come out here, there's no shade in the daytime, nothing. So from about 9 o'clock till about 6 or 7 in the evening, because of these vast wide roads they're building, it's really hard to find any respite from the heat. Cities often do this, particularly in Southeast Asia, where they're sort of emerging sort of economies. Hello, taxi. There you go. Thank you. Don't know why you thought I was a taxi.
I know. I thought you were a taxi.
Do I look like a taxi?
Yeah, maybe you thought the name was taxi.
All right. So, yeah, they lose a little bit of contact with their original. As this happened a lot in Shanghai, by the way. Your daughter can probably tell you. There's a French Quarter in Shanghai. There's a lot of European influences, but a lot of the buildings that went up in the early days were they just got rid of any of the charm of the towns. Now, one other thing in Da Nang is, now this is the building site here. There'll be about 40 building sites down every street. Everywhere is construction, so you really struggle to get away from the noise of construction. Yes, you know why, I think I said in the video the other day, why we walk on the roads is because most of the pathways are either taken up by restaurants or bikes.
Or here, construction.
Or construction, as they've done here. We could walk on this path here, but it looks a bit ropey. The air quality is fine. It's just the heat and humidity. The weather app I have on my phone generally says 37 degrees, feels like 45. Now, the one thing that if you come here in the summer in Vietnam is you're never going to get away from that heat unless you go up into the hills. And it's dirty. I'll show you. Oh, probably can't see. Well, I agree with you. Cooler weather's a little easier to cope with for our frail European bodies.
Well, it's not just the heat, it's the humidity here, isn't
It's
it?
the humidity, because in Australia we have this sort of heat and it's nowhere near as bad. We lived up in Queensland for a number of years and the heat got up to this sort of temperature all the time, but it was lovely. You know, it was dry sort of heat. There's a massive difference between humidity heat and dry heat, and sometimes we go back to Europe and people say, oh, it's humid. And you say, no, it's not humid. Humid is when you literally can see the moisture running off the walls. Let me turn that camera around again. Wait, beep, beep, beep. Hello. Hello. So there's one of those limousine buses. Oh, you haven't seen the video yet?
No. You've been editing.
I'm editing a video featuring one of these buses. Now, come over here. Grasshopper, you're going to like this. Come over here. I hope the pictures are going to hold up.
Move slowly.
Right, are you ready? I'm going to go slow, and you can tell me if you recognise Chris the Butcher. Do you recognise? If you're good with your fish, do you recognise this fish? Look at the size of those lobsters, crayfish. Go on then, what have we got here? The size of these things. These are like Moreton Bay bugs. These things. Look at the fish. There. The fish here. The size of this fella. It's that big. That'd make a good thumbnail if I wasn't in it. Shark. Oh, it's white tip shark, look. My God, look at the size of this crab. Look at the size of these fellas. I've been there far off in the background. Got a, what would you say they'd weigh, Michelle? 4 or 5 kilos? Look at that crab up there. Look at that crab up there. Look at that fella. Some Dover sole, a little bit of sole, maybe some flounder. Wow. No, we don't have, well, you will get them this big. Look at the size of these guys. A lobster. I don't want to lose an arm. So who wants to do a bit of fruit recognition? What do you think we've got here? These beautiful little mangoes, tiny little mangoes. Sway?
Mango,
Sway?
mango.
Mango. How do you say Vietnamese?
Ông muốn nói cái gì?
Sway.
$1.
Bây giờ nó không có mình đi đâu mà đi đâu.
Đấy rồi, em kêu đại đại.
Bao nhiêu kilo?
Bán ra 100 tí. 100.000.
So they're $1, whatever that is. I think he's talking about American dollars. So we've got some. What is this? Like a eggplant?
No.
Some nice.
Showing you a kilo.
Bao nhiêu kilo?
100.000.
Bút.
100.000 năm hộp. 100.000.
100, huh? Oh, expensive. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Look at the mango. One more.
Thank you.
He's given us some. These mangoes are lovely.
We've had some of these.
Yeah,
We
very
didn't pay
good.
100.
They should be about 40 a kilo at the most. Was there avocado there?
I didn't see avocado.
One dollar.
No. Oh, that's good, huh? Sweet, delicious, delicious mango. All over my shirt. I'm going to go and wash my hand in the fish tank. I've got to find a fish tank that hasn't got a shark in it. And obviously a fish that doesn't mind a bit of mango. So basically, he's selling a tray of mangoes for more than I'd pay for a kilo of mangoes. 4 for 24,000.
You got about.
For 40,000. Okay, we are at a zebra crossing, pelican crossing, so we can stand and wait for the traffic to let us cross.
We'll be here all night.
Or, sorry, I know, or we just have to get out there and hope that they'll stop.
Wind yourself around the car.
Sort of work your way in and out of the vehicles. Okay, a bit more peace and quiet. Ladles and jelly spoons. A bit more peace and quiet. We are on the beach. Just turn the camera. So here it is. The beautiful DANANG beach. World renowned. So much quieter. It's a European guy running there.
I don't think he's meant to be running. He's got suit.
Now, probably not. The other day we walked along here, all these tiles were broken up, but now they look as if they've stuck them back down again. See, we could be in Rio de Janeiro. Look, there's a right out there in the distance. There's the figure of Christ on the. Probably isn't. It's probably some other character from Vietnamese popular history, but it looks like it. So, youngsters are coming down here, canoodling on the beach, doing a bit of canoodling. Hello.
Hello.
Are you canoodling?
Yeah.
I think they're canoodling. Say hello.
Yeah. Hello. Where you from?
Australia, where are you from?
Vietnam.
From
Australia.
Danang?
Yes, I'm yeah. Okay.
Nice. Beautiful beach, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
beautiful. Like Vietnam.
Yes.
Yeah. How long you have been in Vietnam?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you enjoy
Yeah.
your canoodling?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Well, it is a word, but a lot of people won't know what
Come
it is.
canoodle with
I
me.
can canoodle with you. That's enough canoodling.
That's enough canoodling, you're too hot. Get off your hot, sweaty thing, you. Ah. So, yeah, there's lots of people down on the beach. And the funny thing here in Vietnam is this is one of the most popular times for the Vietnamese to be down on the beach. In the daytime, you'll come down here and it will be chock-a-block with tourists, mainly speaking Korean a little bit of Japanese sometimes, mainly Chinese though, mainly Korean. In the evening times will come down, there'll mainly be Vietnamese on the beach because they know it's the sensible time to be here. And the other interesting thing is if you come down here at 5 in the morning before the sun starts to come up, a lot of the Vietnamese families will be down here enjoying the beach, and they come down before sun up and basically leave as soon as the sun comes up because it starts to get too hot. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting, Michelle.
It's interesting, Michelle. Oh, sorry, it's interesting.
Find that interesting? I find it interesting.
That is interesting.
I didn't. Oh, I didn't check the Simply Beautiful cakes with Marianne said, did I get the price of the huge crabs
No.
or lobsters?
No, it was hard enough getting the price of the mangoes.
They'll be expensive. They will be pretty expensive. They won't be as expensive as back home, but they'll be pretty expensive because people come here on those sort of once a year, sort of once in a lifetime holidays, and the Asian tourists here really love the seafood.
Loads of food.
Whereas we've just been for an Indian meal in a beautiful little Indian restaurant just because we wanted to have some spice, and we've met dozens of other Australian, American, Kiwis, South African there tonight with a British lady. But in the daytime, this is a different place, isn't it? It's odd, really, because it's quite busy now, but in a different way.
I mean, it's really quite busy in the daytime, considering it's so hot. But you say they're not Vietnamese, are they?
No, the Vietnamese are strictly staying out of the sun in the midday heat. So when you see along here now all the couples coming down on their bikes, I probably should have known straight off the bat they were going to be Vietnamese.
Are they from Da Nang?
He was, yeah, he was a local from Da Nang. So any questions? Hello. More canoodling going on, look. More
I have no idea
canoodling.
what you're talking about. Right, let's freeze tonight.
They're very friendly. They don't mind my persistent pestering. Nice tonight. Xin Chao Sandy Moonstone. Hey Dwayne, how are you? I hope this picture's okay because I'm relying obviously on the data on the phone, the data on the phone.
Let's just go on that one.
Just turn around so you can see. Okay, this is the hotel Michelle's talking about. There's a bit of a disco going on the building, look. Pretty much all of them are a little bit like it, aren't they? So how are you all? Ni hao. Dwayne, the weather right now is quite cool, but almost every day since we've been here has been super hot and sticky and muggy, so but it's okay. It's, you know, you just have to pick your times. You can't go out in the midday because the sun's too fierce. You have to go.
Probably got to go before about 10.
Yeah, the Vietnamese tend to siesta from about midday onwards till probably about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Having said that, a lot of the labourers, the working people, are out working in this heat, aren't they?
Yeah, they do start early though, don't they?
They do. You say that with no smile on your face, Michelle. The hotel we've been staying in has got a construction site next to it, and they start banging. It comes right through the wall. They start banging at about 6 in the morning, drilling, banging. so you don't get any peace there. So we've just moved to another hotel further down. We thought if we went a bit further, and this place had loads of really good reviews, by the way, 1,000 positive reviews, and we've just got there this evening, and it's a real dump. It's horrible. It's not a nice hotel. The rooms are fine. We're not going to sort of bail on it at all. But it's not. The staff were grumpy. It's in the middle of nowhere, in a dirty, almost like in the middle of a rubbish tip. And it's only probably just down there, just sort of off inside down there. So the one blessing is that although it actually has, should we go down? Let's just the waves breaking. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Let's go down on the beach. Whee! Let's go down and listen to the ocean. It's always nice. So yeah, the one blessing is there isn't actually a building site right next to us, because that's the municipal rubbish dump. And it isn't a rubbish dump. It seems that every street around us is covered in dirt and grime. And do you want to take your shoes off?
Well, they're full of sand now.
All right. So what we did is we promptly jumped in a taxi and came back to Blingtown.
No, we didn't. We went for a walk.
We went for a walk.
See if we could find some.
We walked for about an hour and a half looking for food, and all we could find was strange smells and strange restaurants. So we came back to Blingtown, where we have just enjoyed something familiar, which is actually a little Indian restaurant that we found around the back of our hotel, where the couple that run it and their family are really sweet. And now we've got quite a few restaurants. We're not here in Vietnam eating Indian food. There's actually a great little daytime restaurant that we go to, a little Vietnamese restaurant where we go and get com gar and different types of rice and meat dishes. But they tend to close up at about 5 o'clock. So we were either going to starve, eating tins of pretzels and whatever we could find in the Korean supermarkets, of which there were about 15 around our hotel, or we were going to have to come back to somewhere we knew. Now have a look here. You got something interesting. See everybody, playing, swimming. Can you hear the waves? I do love the sound of the ocean breaking. Just getting to some firmer sand. Now the girl there, she's got her, a lot of people do this here in Asia. I don't know if you do it where you are, but when she turns around, she's got her mobile phone in a sort of like a ziplock around her. Yeah, so the girl in red, she's actually got her mobile phone in a waterproof bag. Hello, how are you? Yes. Take a photo with me. You want to take a photo of you?
Yes.
Okay, Michelle,
I'll hold this one.
do the photo.
No, you can do the
No,
photo.
you do the photo.
You do the photo.
All right, Michelle, I'll do the photo.
I'll do, you do.
Okay. Okay. What have you got?
Oh, don't trip over their shoes. Oh. They've made a mermaid in the sand. We'll go a bit closer in a minute. We see their mermaid. There's their mermaid. It's very beautiful. You did a good job. checking out whether the photo's good.
Okay. You're welcome. Where are you from?
China.
Oh, you're from China.
Yes.
Now, I thought everybody down here was from Vietnam. Where in China?
Hello.
Where in China?
Huh?
Where in China?
Zhejiang.
Zhejiang?
Yes.
Where is that?
Hangzhou.
Well, welcome to my Vietnam. Australia. So you see, so the girls got their phone, your phone here, yeah?
Yeah.
Very clever. Okay, say bye-bye. Mind your mermaid. Look, 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 look. Thank you. Bye-bye. So I was wrong. Off the bat. They're from China. They're having fun, huh?
They were happy with your coat so that you took.
They were. Hello.
Now they're going for a swim.
Ah, look from here. Look at the buildings from here then. Now, you can't see it, but it goes for an hour's drive that direction virtually. 45 minutes. Is that thunder out on the... Yeah, the mermaid. Sandy. Sandy's writing in Chinese. Sandy, I don't read much Chinese. I do read a little bit. But I can't quite work out those characters. Too much information for me. Tell me in English. Hello.
Please send the. Oh.
Video.
Oh.
YouTube.
Have you?
Can you say? Oh, what's this? What's this here?
We Chinese are very I can't.
Can't think of the word.
Sandy, I hope you haven't written anything bad because the girl's reading it here. Can you read this? No,
中国人最
not
幽
good?
默 It's so cute.
It's cute, yeah?
Cute, yeah.
Okay.
I like this. I like China.
Ah, okay.
That's good then.
Very nice. See, Sandy, I bring my Google interpreter with me. What's your name?
Sue.
Sue.
Yes.
Hello, Sue. Ni hao.
Have you saved the video?
YouTube. YouTube. YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
You can show the girls.
I haven't got.
Oh, you haven't got?
No, no.
Maybe you can show her on the
Yeah.
phone.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I'm going to send Michelle off to do some liaising.
YouTube on there.
Yeah, you can put the YouTube on the girls. Oh, Simply Beautiful Cakes with Marianne says hello. So I'll go and say to Sue.
WeChat.
Sue,
No, we don't do WeChat. No Facebook, YouTube,
Instagram. No.
They don't do anything.
I have WeChat.
You have WeChat?
Yeah, I have WeChat.
Okay. What are you on WeChat?
Scan. You can scan.
You can scan?
We can scan.
Ah, but I'm
Be friends.
But it's live.
but I'm live.
Oh, live.
They're saying Sue. They say hello from America. Hello, America.
Hello. Welcome to China.
Oh, Vietnam.
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 Now it's Vietnam.
Yes, we from China.
Ah.
Vietnam.
So you don't know your WeChat?
No, you can
No.
write. Do you have a pen?
No, just try to right here. What am I writing? What
Here.
to write?
Just write Steve's Kitchen.
I can just type it.
Yeah?
Yeah, type. I can type.
You won't. 'cause the-
I will.
Keyboard will be
Oh,
there.
now she put it in English.
Yes.
See?
Okay.
Very good for me.
The girls want to see You don't have YouTube in China, no?
Oh, we can't.
No.
No Facebook, no Instagram.
No.
So what? That's not going to be your WeChat though, is it?
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. He said that's his WeChat. The number, isn't it?
so
Sorry, everybody. Trying to connect the girls to WeChat, I got disconnected. I'm leaving because they're hoping that I've made a video. Of course, in China, you can't get Facebook, you can't get YouTube, you can't get Twitter. There's so many of our common apps that we use in Australia and around the world, and in China they're banned basically behind a giant sort of red curtain. So the girls use different apps. So sorry if I disconnected you then. If Michelle can make any sense, she will do. I mean, you can watch them in China, but you have to have a VPN. It's tricky. There's actually, and I forget the name, it's a long time since I've been to China, and a long time since I've done the research. We are going to China sometime this year. We are probably going to China. That's the plan. I'm abandoning Michelle. Look, she's right down there now. Hello, Michelle.
I think we established one of them might have Instagram.
Ah, right. So we might be able to say hello to them on Instagram. They'll look at this and they'll wonder what on earth it is they've signed up for.
I think they wanted a copy of the video, but it's not a copy.
No.
And they don't have YouTube, Facebook.
Well, if one of them reaches out to us on Instagram, we'll send them a clip. We'll get it for them somehow. Yes, concerned about spies. I don't think the Chinese are that bothered by spies. It's the corporations. There's a drone going out there, look.
Oh yeah, in the dark.
There's a spy in the sky. Can you see that? Colours don't show up well on this video.
Can't even see it on there, can you?
Now we can't because we just turned the lights off.
Ah, now he's spying.
There's another family down for their evening constitutional. Hello. Ah. Hello. Oh, I could be wrong. Doesn't sound like Cote d'Ivoire to me. That sounds like Vietnamese. Where's the drone?
Behind us.
We're being spied on.
We are. Oh, it's gone. Probably come back round now. Lights keep going. Oh no.
Are they coconuts on the beach there, or is that
Yeah.
some sort of?
Oh, it could be boys.
Could be a net.
I think they have those out in the daytime.
Hello, Annette. Right. Do you think we should get off? I think we are going to get off. Lovely to chat with you. Lots happening here. We're probably going to be moving very shortly because we're not really enjoying where we are. We're enjoying some things. We'll probably be moving though. Yes, Adam. City lights. There they are.
There's the drone.
There's the city lights. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Love to you all from Da Nang in Vietnam. And we will see you. We will see you when we see you next time. Jay in Thailand, are you going to make it to Thailand? Jay, we probably are actually. Only because I'm missing the Thai food. I said to Michelle the other day, I really fancy a bit of good Thai food. And my old mate Scott in Thailand said, well, you should get over here and get out and have some decent Thai food. Not decent, lovely Thai food. We will see. Anyway, Sandy, I think you're playing with words now. That's not even Chinese. That looks to be some Middle Eastern script of some sort. So I think you're doing a little copy and pasting. Love to you all. Take care. From Michelle and I. Come around here, canoodle. Come and canoodle with me.
Canoodle, we're doing that canoodling again. On the beach.
Oh, it is Thai. Yeah, it is Thai. Of course it is.
It's little on the
Those Sanskrit writings quite often look similar.
So you've got some videos edited, haven't you? A couple?
We've got a video going up day after tomorrow, which I'm particularly proud of. I like it. It's showing the hard work that went into a video that I've been making that I haven't finished yet. I think you'll like it. Please tell me if you do. A lot of work went into it. It's kind of good. So it is still just a vlog, but it's interesting. I like it. And then soon after that, I'm editing a trip that we did. That'll be going up after that. So love to you all from Vietnam. Hot and sweaty on the beach. Michelle and I. Michelle's dancing because we can actually hear the karaoke in the background. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.